I see what you see, I see what you've been covering, I see what everybody's seen, and asking myself, what the hell is going on? I mean, look like a third world country, these images, the drone images that were on the nightly news, day in and day out. Some networks weaponizing them for their own, political agenda, and others just reporting the damn news. This is not one-off. This is organized theft. They're organized groups of folks that move from site to site. When there's more attention, a bright light on one site, they move to the next site.
The prosecutor for Georgia's Fulton County on Thursday requested a special grand jury with subpoena power to aid her investigation into then-President Donald Trump's efforts to influence 2020 election results in her state. In a letter to Fulton County's chief judge, District Attorney Fani Willis wrote that multiple witnesses being investigated have refused to cooperate. Willis specifically mentioned that Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger had indicated he would only take part in an interview once presented with a subpoena. And he is an essential witness. Raffensperger was recorded in a phone call with Trump, who was pressuring Raffensperger, a fellow Republican, to overturn the state's election results based on unfounded claims of voter fraud. During the January 2nd call, Trump urged Raffensperger to find enough votes to overturn his Georgia loss to Democrat Joe Biden. Trump is heard saying, "I just want to find 11,780 votes," which is the number Trump needed to win Georgia. In a statement, Trump blasted political witch hunts. Trump said, quote, "What this civil special grand jury should be looking into is not my perfect phone call, but the large-scale voter fraud that took place in Georgia." But legal experts have said Trump's phone calls may have violated at least 3 state election laws, including conspiracy to commit election fraud. Those violations are punishable by fines or imprisonment.
We have found ourselves at a critical moment in regards to the environment. We are in one of the worst affected areas of the oil spill that happened days ago. It has brought on the most concerning ecological disaster in recent times.
Ese está mejor. Oye, sus ojos son hermosos. Ya está.
The House committee investigating the deadly January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol is now reaching deeper into former President Donald Trump's inner circle. The panel on Thursday said it is seeking an interview with Trump's daughter and former White House aide Ivanka Trump. In a letter to Trump, lawmakers said they are seeking her voluntary cooperation as part of their ongoing probe and would limit their questions to issues related to events surrounding that day, including activities leading up to or influencing it and her role in the White House at that time. According to the panel, she was present in the Oval Office during key conversations leading up to January 6th and observed the telephone conversation between President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence on the morning of January 6th. In an interview earlier this month with ABC News' This Week, Vice Chair of the committee, U.S. Representative Liz Cheney, one of 2 Republican members, said the panel has, quote, first-hand testimony that Ivanka Trump asked her father to intervene during the Capitol riots. A statement released by Ivanka Trump's spokesperson acknowledged the request from the panel, but did not address whether she would cooperate with the committee's investigation. The former president has blasted the committee's probe as a partisan effort and has sought to stop other aides from testifying and White House documents from reaching the panel. But in a blow to Trump's camp, The U.S. Supreme Court on Wednesday rejected his efforts to block the release of key White House records related to January 6 in an 8-1 decision. In a statement, the panel called the ruling, quote, a victory for the rule of law in American democracy.
Mr. Secretary, if I could ask you something somewhat different, so-called Havana Syndrome. I'm sure you've seen that there is an intelligence report, intelligence conclusion, interim conclusion that this was not an orchestrated campaign. You yourself have said that you've raised this with Russia in the past. Does the United States plan to keep raising this with Russia, and do you agree with this assessment? Thank you.
Look, I have no higher priority as Secretary than the health and safety of all of our colleagues and their families. And we have been working overtime to try to understand what happened, who might be responsible, and at the same time to do everything we can to care for our colleagues who've been affected and to protect people. I've talked directly, face-to-face, on the phone, by video, with colleagues from the State Department around the world who have been affected, who have reported real experiences, real suffering, real symptoms. And when you talk to people, when you hear them, when you hear what they've been through, there is no doubt in my mind but that they have had real experiences, real symptoms, and real suffering. So we will continue to do everything possible for our people. We'll continue to try to understand what's happened, what the causes are for what people have experienced, and we will leave no stone unturned to get to the bottom of it.